So let's go from number 11 Alabama beating up on Texas A&M 26-20, beating up, air quotes, to UCLA, beating number 13 Washington State 25-17. Now, producer Tyler was kind enough to point this out, that UCLA was favored in this game, but I did not expect to see the kind of play that we saw from Washington State, which was abysmal offensively. I mean, we're talking about Wazoo having a pick six against Dante Moore, holding Dante Moore to 50% passing, and still losing this game by 8 points because they turned the ball over 4 times. Cam Ward completed just 47% of his passes. It was their Icarus game, and it turns out UCLA is not as bad as some people thought because they took that loss in Rice-Eccles to Utah without Cam Rising, but it also could just turn out that the Pac-12 is just that deep. You know, knowing what Colorado is capable of and them probably being in the middle of the pack, you got to feel good if you're UCLA about getting this win against Washington State, because it was not thought to be a hard game going into the season. It became a hard game when you're facing them undefeated and they got a 13 next to their name. Oregon State's also still a good football team. Oregon might be the class of the Pac-12. Washington will have something to say about that. SC will have something to say about that. You get my point here, right? The Pac-12, more than likely, is going to get its champion into the college football playoff, and that'll be the first time that has happened since 2016. Also reminds me that that last team that made it to the college football playoff out of the Pac-12 was coached by Chris Peterson, who now works at Fox, but more importantly, got to 54 wins in about the same amount of time that Ohio State head coach Ryan Day got to 50 wins. Got to 50 wins in 54 games, right? Ohio State's coach Ryan Day got to 50 wins in 56 games. So either way, Pac-12 champion is probably going to see the Big Ten champ, who's going to be great. Might see the SEC champ, going to be great. Could see the Big 12 champ, going to be great. We'll see if Florida State can run the table. So we got particularly, I think there are about 12 teams right now that we could realistically look at as getting into the playoff, but you got to be ranked in the top 10 right now. If you're not ranked in the top 10 right now, the odds of you making it into the college football playoff are slim to none. We just don't see it that often. And the ones that we do see it are big brand teams. You know, you go back to Urban Meyer's Ohio State team, right? You got to have that built-in leverage. And knowing what it seems like the selection committee thinks of the Big 12 last year, with Texas Christian being able to lose that game to Kansas State, you could probably get Oklahoma into that game this year if they make it to the Big 12 championship and take a loss, but it'd be their first of the year because they got that built-in advantage. So a lot of football left to play.